Hi all, right back with yet more Conflict of Heroes. Yeah, I've decided to stick with this. I'm enjoying it. Some bits frustrating me. Some questions I like to ask. I did sort of start with a map, and I was going to set up some examples and start recording it, and I just couldn't really be bothered. I think while I'm doing them in the playthrough, it's fine, but we'll see. I mean, uh, yeah, I probably need to take a note of some questions that I need to ask and take photos of them, put them up on BGG, and maybe ask, or maybe I will still get around to creating a wee example video and just try. I was going to do it first, I was, and then I thought. But the thing is, it could then lead to more frustrations as I'm playing because I'm going to get stuck and I'm going to sort of say, right, how do I resolve this? I'm not 100% sure and whatever, so. But I kind of want to just play the game. So some of you are now shouting at your screen, say, "Well, just play the game, Grant. Don't fuss about all the things. You know, if you've got little edge cases like that, just make the move that's the best move, and you don't need to bother about it." Yeah, I know. I should, but I just can't. That's just how I am. Right, so I've set up. This is solo mission 1. So campaign 1, mission 1, behind enemy lines, and this will be part 1 of that. So I've got things set up. It is just a one mapper as well, so I do have scope to maybe still do what I said I was going to do in the last video and try and set up some examples on one of the other maps and maybe make a wee record. And if I can find what I should really do is take some notes, or when I'm struggling with a bit, take a note of it there and then, write it down so that I can then do it and create it and a wee example to show people and see how we go on. Anyway, okay. Right, so on campaign 1, mission 1, behind enemy lines, there is, I want to say, you're not meant to peek, so there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Yeah, so there's 4 missions to the campaign. Now, I have played this one before, and I got on to the second one. I say I don't really want to peek. I got on to the second one. I don't know if I played it or not. So I've not been through it all. I have played this one before. So yeah, I suppose there's a little bit that I know about what's happening next. A little bit. To be honest, I can't remember how it works. It tells you the bottom here, to enhance your playing experience, wait to review the next campaign mission after this mission has been played. But there's certain things that I recall about it, but not that it's really, it enhances it, fair enough. Okay, let's get started. What are we trying to do? Well, let's read the story, the introduction here to what's going on. Right, can we get a bit closer in, Grant? Yes. I'm going to keep an eye and make sure we're recording. Right, October the 3rd, 1941, Yuknov. Yuknov. Full stop, Grant. That must be where we're at. 1941, Yuknov. German High Command report. After the heavy losses to the Volksjäger paratroopers during the capture of Crete, large-scale airdrops are no longer a strategic option. Yeah, that was a bit of a failure, wasn't it? That was a bad move by the Germans. I seem to remember something about that. Not that I know a lot of the history about it, but that rings a bell about something that they done that wasn't a good move. Instead, it has been decided to test the effectiveness of small surgical airborne strikes behind enemy lines. The Wehrmacht has captured many Soviet factories, but often vital equipment has already been evacuated by the Soviets. High Command has ordered Volksjäger to be attached to the SS Reich Division under General Stumm. To be dropped behind enemy lines outside of Yuknov, ahead of the encirclement of Bryansk. They are tasked to disrupt the evacuation of vital equipment. A secondary objective is the rescue of prisoners being held in a compound in the same city. The men must then work their way back to the safety of the advancing 10th Panzer Division. The future use of surgical Fallschirmjäger. No, I'm not getting that at all. The future use of surgical Fallschirmjäger airdrops may rest on the success of this mission. Okay. So what did we get from that? High Command has ordered them to be attached to the SS Right Division under them, to be dropped behind enemy lines outside, head of circlement. They are tasked to disrupt the evacuation of vital equipment. A secondary objective is the rescue of prisoners. Right, okay. So that's what we're trying to achieve. We are the Germans, the AI is the Soviets. So let's just go through things. Player command German, like I've just said. Round 1 initiative is going to be German, it's going to be us. German cap allocation is 7, and beginning victory points is 1 for the Soviets. So there we've got the track set up, 7 caps, 1 victory point to the Soviets. Action cards, all action and bonus cards 02 to 06 and 08 to 12. From the previous mission, there was only 1 card got added, and it's the luck card. There was actually 3 of them, so that is card number 12. So so it's pretty much the same, apart from that 1 card's been added. The Germans receive 1 card in round 1, and this is where it gets a bit different. So you get 1 card round 1, and then the German then pulls an additional card each time a German unit is placed on the map from the rumoured enemy cup. Right? So we'll get to that in a minute. Order cards are 3 to 43. We had 1 to 41 the last time, so there's not an awful lot of difference. I've took out cards number 1 and 2, which are obviously blue command cards, and added a couple of green cards, so it's slightly easier maybe for us. Map setup, map 5. So it's just this 1 map. Place Soviet control markers on hex C05 and V05. These represent German prisoners of war. Okay. And then expansions. This mission uses the Monster Tanks expansion. Well, if any of you watched before the start of this, I had ordered the expansions of somebody. I wasn't that impressed by the amount of money it cost me. Again, not pointing any finger at the guy that sold me it, because I believe that was a pretty decent price for them, just for what you're getting. The quality of the counters is really good. Anyway, I've done it now anyway. So I do have this expansion. I use Monster Tanks expansion. If not playing with expansion, ignore the Hund mission track event. Hund, I think that's hound, isn't it? Well, it's something like that, or dog or something. Because there's a counter that comes with the Monster Tanks expansion. You see it's got an M16 there. I mean, it's apart from that. So that can come on, you just glance down there, that there. But we could skip right by that, and then this wouldn't come out, because it's not in yellow. So, but anyway, I do have that if we need it. So that's good. And then adjusting difficulty. Well, we've never done that yet. we should, shouldn't we? Because we won the first mission, and then 2, 3, and 4, and we played 4 twice. Not such a successful attempt at any of them. So I was close in one of the either 2 or 3 I got close, but yeah. Anyway, okay. So moving on. Zoom in a little bit. So we've got German player forces, the Fallschirmjäger platoon, scattered landing sites. So these get placed in the enemy cup with Soviet AIs as well. So you're getting 4 German rifles and 2 light machine guns, and they get put in the rumoured enemy cup. And it's really good how this works. It's good fun. These place on the map, 2 pioneers. Again, they've not got flamethrowers, and they appear on H16 and J17, which I'll show you in a minute. And then the Soviet forces, they've got 1 NKVD unit on the map, and we've got the Maxim MMG again on the map. And then there's 15 rumoured enemies on the map. So we'll see them in a minute. And then these also go in the hidden, the rumoured enemy cup. So they get placed in with the German units. There's another NKVD unit and 8 Soviet rifle units. So they all get placed in the cup, and as the rumoured enemies get revealed, they all pop up. I'll not read counteractions and mission orders just yet. And there's the mission track. We'll not look at, we're going to have to look into it and work out what's what. Let's check victory points though first. So for the Soviets, they immediately score for each eliminated German. When they'll score 1 victory point when the mission marker advances to or passes a score victory hex space, score for each Soviet control marker. Well, if you recall, in the reading the introduction there's 2 Soviet control markers, and these represent the prisoners. So every time, they're right at the end. Actually, no, there's one in there, isn't there? You can see that's in yellow. There's one there too. So you've got that one and that one there, that one there, that one there, and then no, that's not. So there's 3 times they could score. However, they're scoring for each Soviet control marker. So the longer we take to do something about these, they're going to, you can see they could score 6 points out of that alone. So we need to not let that happen if we can help it. And then at the end of the mission, score for each German unit from the rumoured enemy cup that was not placed on the map. So again, if we just think we can get away without bringing them out, they're going to score. If we leave German units in the cup, they're going to score for that too. And then the German player scores 4 victory points immediately. Score when a German unit takes control of a Soviet control marker, and then you remove the control marker. So that's the 2 control markers down there. So we get 4 points for them. And that's basically you're rescuing the prisoner. And we'll read about that in a second as well. And then 1 victory point immediately score for each German unit that exits the west side of the map after the Soviet control markers have been removed. So the control markers need to be removed first, and then we need to exit the west side of the map, and west is up the way. I was going to say north there, but that doesn't make sense, does it? West is up the way. So, but we need them both removed first, or that's not any good. Okay? So that's that. So just these are kind of important. So special rules, let's just look at them. And the big one, right, to get us going is night. Units in AI, this mission's at night, okay? So night, units in AI have a line of sight of only 2 hexes. If a unit or AI fires, mark it with a penny. I'll find something to mark it with. Its muzzle flash reveals its location to all other units in AI, giving them a normal line of sight range to it during this and the next turn. Okay, so when it fires, you put the muzzle on it, and then it'll end its turn. And then we would have a turn, and it would still have it on it, and then after our turn, you would take it off. Is that right? At the end of the next turn, remove the penny. So that's right. So when they fire, it's not just the AI, it could be us as well. So whenever we fire, shall we say, we put a penny on it. It's basically, it's shot. It can be seen from afar, even though it's at night. And then so it'll last the rest of that turn, and then it'll last the whole of the next turn, whoever's turn it might be. If it's us that fires, the AI will get a turn with us exposed, basically, to full line of sight range, normal line of sight range, And then at the end of that next turn, you remove the penny. Okay. Place RE, and there's quite a few of them on the map. In fact, there's lots and lots of them. So, special rule for that. When the mission track marker advances to place RE, roll 1d6 and place a rumoured enemy counter on the corresponding numbered text shown on the map to the left. Right. So, it's all the numbers up in the yellow there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So whenever we place an RE, I was going to say there's not many REs left in the box because there's 15 of them on the map. There's another 4 or 5 maybe. But my guess is we're going to be taking some of them off. So, I don't think there'll be an issue with that. Okay, so that's where they're going to spawn if we come across that on the mission track. Right, where are we? Roll 1d6, place it on the corresponding numbered hex on the map to the left. If the hex is already occupied, re-roll. So there, there you go, it's given us a bit more information there. Alright, we had a bit of issues the last time, how you would place them. Anyway, if there are no more rumoured enemy counters to place, then ignore the place RE order. Oh, well, there you go. So I was just saying there's 4 more in the box. But as we move on and reveal some of these 15, you're probably not going to come across that issue, but you never know. Once an RE counter has been placed, then add a no enemy counter in the rumoured enemy cut. So, okay. Prisoners of war. Should the Germans occupy a Soviet control marker, then replace the control marker with a German rifle unit. So that's over and above to, that's not drawn out, and that's taken from the box, that. So as soon as if we occupy one of these 2 hexes, then it gets replaced with we get a German rifle unit, because that's the prisoner. So, and then I'm assuming he can just carry on and do his thing. He's then part of us. Doesn't say any more than that, so yeah. RE are not counted for a mission track advance, which is probably understandable because there's 15 of them on the map to start with, so they're not counted. If during the AI's turn a RE is revealed as a German unit, this German unit must still execute the order even if it fires on another German unit. Nighttime battle confusion. The revealed German unit must then make a spent check. This action counts as the AI's turn. Yeah, so if it's going to fire, we've got to reveal it. We draw a German unit at the cut. It'll still carry out the fire action, and then we'll do a spent check on it, and it might become spent as well as shooting at one of its own. So fair enough. And then finally, what I read to you, well, I didn't read it all. Campaign Mission 1. This is the first mission in Solo Campaign 1. Record the final score of this mission on the Solo Campaign 1 score sheet on pages 10 and 11. I'll show you that in a sec. Also record which German units exited the map or ended the mission west of row 10. To enhance your playing experience, wait to review the next campaign mission until after that mission has been played. Right, okay, I do have some knowledge, but I can't remember how it kind of worked. So there's Germans that are on or west of row 10 at the end of the mission, escape capture. So we need them to get back over that side or they're going to be captured. Okay, and I'll just flip back to, here's the mission score sheet. I don't know how it all works. Victory points, negative victory points. There's all the possible campaign unit counts. Yeah, you can see, but this is for mission 1, mission 2, mission 3. I'm not quite sure how it all works, to be honest. Can't remember. I did play through it all though, so I must have done it. And I'll print out these from, because it says there, visit Academy Games for extra campaign record sheets, new and updated missions and new campaigns. I'll do that. And then we've got action cards up there, cards remaining. So some of the cards you can keep, I think, and whatever. But we'll just keep that till see how it goes. I can't quite remember how it goes. And I don't want to move on to the next page because it says, to make it better, you don't do that and whatever. Okay, that's us. So I'll keep this open because we've only got one mapper anyway. So I'll keep that exposed as well. And put the timer on there. We've got 20 steps to this mission track again, and it's us to start. We do get a card to start with, don't we? Right, so let's draw our card. Well, I don't know. It could be, it's still going to be useful. We get to move 2 hexes rather than 1. but I prefer the one that gives you a free action, to be honest. However, we get that. Now, one thing to try and remember, every time a German unit comes on the map, we get to draw another card. Another thing that I'm going to probably forget right away is it's night time. We've only got a line of sight of 2 hexes. That's me zoomed right out, Grant. There's the map. There's all the RE, the 2 Soviet units. There's our 2 pioneers away up there. And obviously, this is where we're trying to head. And we've only got the 2 pioneers and all these RE. But however, some of these RE are going to be Germans. There's a total of 6 German units in the cup, and there's 9 Soviet units. So there we are. However, if we capture these, we're going to add another 2 German rifle units as well. So it kind of balances that up a little bit better. Okay, so not going to need day cards. That's our... Yeah, I'm going to move things along a little bit, actually. Give me a sec. Right, okay, so 21 minutes. That wasn't too bad, I suppose. Okay, so it's us to start. Right, night, line of sight, only 2 hexes. And if you fire, yeah, okay. So our 2 guys are way up top. That's basically all we've got to play with. So, Anaris get revealed. In fact, because he's 3 away, that's what it is. Because line of sight, because he is in the open, so all I need to do is move close. However, I could move into that building and be adjacent, and that would spot him as well. Or I could move this unit 1 hex closer. I could maybe move him into the building. We've got this one over here as well, which is in the open. So yeah, I'm sure there's people played this quite a few times. Probably have their moves that they would just jump in and make right away. Whether this might be one of them, I don't know. Or this maybe, but then that one's backing up, so it's costing you an extra move, that one. The risk, yeah, that one's a bit riskier, isn't it? Because you're moving into short range. This is probably a better move, although I'm going backwards. I'm going to do a spent check on a 2. I'm going to get to see this guy, but I'm going to be not in close range. I'm going to have line of sight on him. But it'd be nice to see him. He might turn out to be a German unit, you know. So, of course, the other thing... No, well, I would just turn my face in like that. I'd just back up and turn my face in like that. And then I could then move into... Nah, you know what? Although he's in a 0DM hex, it's got terrain all round about him, so I'd need to move adjacent to him if I wanted to do that. I feel like I'm stretching away up the map there. Can I not bring it down a little bit? Have I moved it up? Maybe moved it up a bit too high. Hang on. Bring it down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, okay. And then I could put that on the map a little bit. Right, so... Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I will... Oh, wait a minute though. I could also just move forward and turn my face in. And then that's me got line of sight on him. However, this move is into... Oh, well, wait now. Move into White Woods. It's not White Woods, Grant. A white building? Right, where's my player rates? Here they are. We're going to need the dice at some point. Terrain. Wooden buildings. I don't think that costs so for a foot unit, does it? Oh no, it does. It does. Yeah, of course we didn't have any buildings in the last. So moving into White Woods is no extra cost. Heavy Woods is +1 extra cost. Stone and wood buildings is +1 extra cost though. So that does maybe... So in actual fact, that's going to be a 3 cost for me to move into there. But we're moving into good terrain. But a bit riskier chance of getting caught with... getting caught out and getting spent, eh? Well, isn't this a better option then? And turn facing that way. That only cost me 1. And then we're going to get to see that guy. I don't want to do anything stupid right away. But I think that's okay. So yeah, I can do the spent check first here. It's not the RE I'm doing the spent check on, but I think when it's an RE and it's going to become revealed, or reveal it first. I don't know if it's written that way in the rules or not. I mean, at the moment there's no enemy counters in the cup, but there will as the game goes on. And I just feel if you're doing a spent check, then finding out it's a no enemy, you're just wasting a card. So I know it's not a biggie, but right, I'm going to make that move and do a check on a 1 then, and then we'll reveal that guy. And kind of hope he's going to be a German. Right, let's do a check on a 1. We get a 3. Good. Right, so let's draw a check out the cup, the rumoured enemy cup. I'm not looking, there's quite a lot in this. Right, I'm going to go with that guy there. Damn. Right, so as a Soviet, let's put that there, and he does want to point. Yeah, he wants to point that way. He's covering the 2 guys, and he's got him in his line of sight, and yeah. Okay, so not the best of starts. Right, so now it's going to be over to them. Okay, now there's not as much space on the map here. Well, there's a bit in here, but just wondering about showing things. Right, so it's the green card. Not that that's really that relevant. Yeah, I still like to just zoom in on the card at first, and we'll just have a wee look at it. So there's nothing up close. Counter actions, well, we need to look at them, don't we? So counter actions are, if the player passed, which I didn't, and all revealed AI within 3 hexes of units are spent, the AI will pass. If the player passed and all revealed AI within 3 hexes of units are spent. Revealed. Okay. I mean, they would pass. Well, that's not the case because we didn't pass. So AI closest to unit that fired, fire +1 caps, or move to odds. Right, so it's not happening because we didn't fire. So they're not going to fire back or move to odds. So that gives you an idea of maybe what's going to happen. Okay, so back to the card, no counter actions. Hit AI, there is no hit AI. Hit AI, there is no hit AI. AI closest to a unit that just acted, or mission objective, low risk, move to odds. Here we go. Right, so the AI closest to a unit that just acted. Now, mission objectives, the 2 Soviet control markers, they represent German prisoners of war. I mean, they could be classed as mission objectives for us, but they're not for the AI. So they don't have a mission objective in this game, in this scenario, at least not up to now anyway. Whether anything changes that, I don't think it does. But so AI closest to a unit that just acted, low risk move to odds. Right, I'm thinking he might not be able to, but so that's unit that just acted. That's the AI that's closest. Yes, he's 2 away. Can he low risk move to odds? Well, he's in a fire zone. He cannot move adjacent. He cannot move adjacent. No, he in fact, he... and this is why you should be trying to find these things out, Grant. Can he move into there? He's moving out of a fire zone into there, by the way. He's moving right out of a fire zone. He's moving towards that unit's flank. Yes, he's not getting closer. I hear you, Hal. I hear you. He is not getting closer, but he is achieving what I think is written down. Yeah. No, hang on. Yeah, he is out of fire zone because remember that's And they've got to remember it's at night as well, so the range is only 2 hexes. But he's not moving towards. I'm gonna have to get this sorted out, really. I feel like I'm still struggling. I know I said I was going to do it the way that everybody seems to be doing it, but I'm not sure there. What would they do there? Would they just say you can't make the move with that guy? Would they say that it's not possible to do a low risk move? I feel uncomfortable about that because this guy's in a fire zone. I move him into there. He is now not in a fire zone. Okay, he's not moved closer, but he's not in a fire zone. And you could suggest he's also moving around to the unit's flank, but just getting out of the fire zone, just doing that, is that not enough? If the AI is in a fire zone, the AI will move into a non-fire zone hex. Just because he's not getting closer, that makes that void. It makes it not a move, not a legal move. Don't know. Maybe you're saying that is right. Maybe you're saying that's okay. Yeah, it is. It's getting him out of a fire zone. It's not moving him towards. Now, again, what does... See, the problem with 5.2 there is 5.2 doesn't... When it talks about if an AI can move in a way that decreases the number of hexes... Sorry, if an AI cannot move in a way that decreases the number of hexes to a target, it can stay the same distance. When it talks about that there, it only talks about moving it to the target's flank, moving it into cover, or pivoting. It doesn't sort of say getting out of the fire zone. Yeah. But both the AI hex movement hierarchy, 5.3, okay, it's not bullet 1, it is bullet 2. The AI will move out of a fire zone. I don't think we have to move closer. We don't have to move closer. Yeah, I understand that as a priority, but if you can't do it in this situation, can't you not move on to the next step? Yeah, no, sorry guys, but I don't know. Maybe you're fine with this one, but I'm fine. That is the move I'm making. That unit was in a fire zone. It's now moved out of a fire zone, and I don't need to talk about moving towards the unit's flank or anything like that. I just need to say it's moved out of a fire zone. Hang on. Yeah, no, that's right, he is, because he's now in this guy's flank, isn't he? Yeah, that's right. That guy can only fire up that way, and that way, and that way. You cannot fire at him. He's behind him. I would need to turn around. Yeah, okay. But tell me if you think that's wrong, right? And then that is more questions that I need to get absolutely confirmed. Because you can tell me that you think it's wrong, but I don't know. I need the designer to tell me it was wrong and explain to me. And then I would tell him to get into that rule book and make that clearer. That's what I would be telling him. Okay. Right, so that was a check on a 1. I'm going with this. Yeah, it's how I see it, I'm afraid. I know there's other ones that I'm going to sort of back down on, but not they are. I can't. Hopefully you're saying it's fine, Grant. It's right. Checking a 1. It's a 6, so he's fine. Right, back to us. Right, so back to us. What are we going to do now then? Well, we've found out what he is, but Not terribly happy about that, but I'm not sure, to be honest. Obviously, if he had got spent, if he had got lucky and he got spent, then I would maybe move into the building there and then. Mind you, we've got a good attack with him. They attack for 4. So shouldn't I just try and get him in my line of sight again and maybe have a pop at him? 4 against 12 isn't bad. He's got a 3 against our 12. And these guys don't care about flank actually. They're 12 for each. So I need to remember that counter action. If the player passed an all revealed AI within 3 hexes of units are spent, the AI will pass. Keep that in mind in case you need to. I think it's probably going to come down at the time when we can't do anything, we're just passing. But okay, I'm going to move in there because we do need to get moving and turn my facing that way. So now we have them in our fire zone now again. And we're going to check on a 1. We got a 4. Okay, good. Give me a sec. Okay, so back to them. Here we go. If AI plus units less than or equal to 6. Now remember, the RE don't count. I think that's going to move it. Where does it tell us that again? Place RE. Rumoured enemies are not counted for a mission track advance. Yeah. And the other bits about revealing it as a German unit. So, because we have no reinforcements. They're all just in that cup. They don't count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've only got 5 units. So if AI plus units less than or equal to 6, it is. I mean, these are control markers. I think it would have to say that these counted as units. I mean, I know when we reach them they count as units, but yeah, so I think that works. So the track's going to move by 1. So place RE, see special rules below. Right, and then let's just remind us of that. Place RE, when mission track marker advances to place RE, roll 1d6 and place a rumoured enemy counter on the corresponding numbered hex shown on the map to the left. If the hex is already occupied, re-roll. If there are no more rumoured enemy counters placed, then ignore the order. Once an RE counter has been placed, then add a no enemy counter into the rumoured enemy cup. So I'll get a no enemy counter ready. Well, it is going to go into the cup because, in fact, I'll just put it in the cup now because it is going to happen. We already just revealed an RE, so, and there's 4 spare ones still in the box. Right, so we're going to roll these. Oops, sorry, that was almost nasty. Right, still recording. Yes. So I'll roll a 1 to 6 up here and see what we get. Not that it's really relevant to show you that, but it was a 1. So that's a 1 away up there, which could be nasty, but then it could be good as well. So it's in that building there. Now, although we are 2 away from that, remember it's in cover, so we'd need to move adjacent. And then the risks with that are, quite clear, aren't they? So that was that. Move the track, put a no enemy counter, place the rumoured enemy on the map, and moving on with the cards. Right, there's nothing up close. Fresh EILS and fresh units. They've got 3, we've got 2. Now, hold on here. Do the rumoured enemy count for that? Well, you double check. I mean, I had issues with this before, didn't I? We know they don't work for the... Right, where are we? Right, apologies now, Grant. Okay, I'm pretty sure that is in the rulebook actually. I went away and looked just for confirmation, but I'm sure that is in the rulebook. Yeah, they do. RE do count as RE and reinforcements are coming in that turn. That round, sorry. I think I'm going to have to go and seat the dogs. I think they're needing fed. Yeah, okay, I better pause. Well, where are we at though? So, fresh AI, listen, fresh units, it's not. Hit AI, there is not. Yeah, let me finish this card first. AI closest to a hit unit, well, no hit unit. AI closest to a target, move towards. Okay. And that's not a low risk. Interesting. Right. So the AI that's closest to right target. Remember, Grant, I had to just switch on there. However, the Soviets don't have any mission objectives, which is a target as well. So it's only a unit they're looking at. So the AI closest to a unit, we can take that as is. So he's 2 away from that, he's 2 away from that, he's 2 away from that, he's 2 away from that. So it's either this guy, or this guy. So how is it we break that down again? If more than one eligible AI is equally distant to target, unhit AI, then lowest cost to move. So there's no hit AIs and they're all got one cost to move. So yeah, so we've got to randomise between the three. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll the 5, so that's the actual unit, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's our AI. And yeah, I should have checked. They could all have made a move because it's not a normal move. Because if he was ineligible, then I would have had to pick between the two. Right, so he can move towards either target there. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. So if the eligible AI can execute a move order against multiple targets, multiple units, that are equidistant away, and execute the order against the spent unit, none of them are spent. The hit unit, none of them are hit. The unit close to a mission objective, then randomly. I'm just wondering there, that says the unit that's closest to a mission objective. We do have, well, is it considered mission objective? I mean, it is in a way. That was in the introduction, it said it was a secondary objective, which was rescuing the prisoners. So I'm wondering there if when it says mission objective, does it mean a Soviet mission objective? I think it must mean that, yeah. I think it must mean it's not our... So we don't have any mission objectives in the map. To be honest, I think they're equally distant from our ones. But I think it's meaning if there was a German control marker here, and that was a mission objective, then that would be the target because he's closest to it. So it's going to be randomly between the two. Now you would kind of say, yeah, I think some of you would rule 42 this and say that moving in here is the X to go, isn't it? Against this unit because you're moving into his flank, and the AI instructions don't take care of that. They don't deal with that at all. So I'm not playing with putting rule 42s in unless I feel like it's absolutely essential. I like them to have that little bit. You know what? It might work. It might not. It might surprise you. So it's going to be randomly. So his target is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've rolled 4, so it is going to be the other guy, and he's going to move towards. However, he might end up just moving into there, which might be kind of a strange one. So, well, now we're into the movement side of things. So he can definitely move closer here because it's a normal move, and this is his target. So he can either move in here or here. So within that, he'll move out of our fire zone. He cannot. However, the AI will move into the highest defense modifier hex, then towards the enemy's flank. So he is going to move into the building, and I want to say he's going to keep his face in the same way because he wants to keep. I mean, if I turn him that way, then this guy's in his flank, isn't he? So I keep it that way, and then he's got them both. And to be honest, he could fire at either one. Although we're going to have something to say before he does that. Right, and then because he moved into a wooden building, he's going to check on a 2 because it's a +1 for moving into the building. And this would be nice to see a 2 or a 1. So we'll check on a 2. We get a 4. Yeah. Okay, that's going to be back to us. That's at 46 minutes. You know what? I might just leave that as an introduction. Bunny's come up closer to bark even to get my attention. It's only 46 minutes, but a wee introduction and we got it started. So I'm just going to cut that as a part actually. And hopefully I've got a bit of time later, but I better feed everybody first. And I'll be back in a bit. Okay, cheers.